Welcome. My name is Nicole, and today we have a nice slow flow practice planned. So we're going to start with some sun salutations, and then we're going to do a little bit of a lunge sequence, and then we will move to the floor, smooth it out, and finish in Shavasana, our final resting pose laying down. I will try to offer modifications as we go along, so hopefully this will be accessible to most. You may need a couple blocks as well as a blanket. Okay, so let's get started standing at the top of our mat. All right, standing, let's just take a moment here and root down through our feet. What does it feel like? How are you putting your weight? Is it evenly on all four corners, or are you coming up on the sides or in? Really try to find a nice, balanced, neutral place. A little bend in the knee. See if you can grow a little in the spine. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Maybe you'd like to try a little ujjayi breath with this practice, and it's a nice warming breath, and it's just a same inhale, and you just constrict the back of your throat a little bit so that when you exhale, you can hear it. It sounds like the ocean. It's something to just come back to when you feel your mind starting to wander. All right, let's release our hands down by our sides. We're going to move through some sun salutations here. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, dive all the way over, a little bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, step back into plank and take an inhale at the top here. Lifting up through the navel, pressing, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, press back into downward dog. And take several breaths here. In through the nose, and out through the nose. Shifting side to side, maybe a little to get more length in your side body. Looking between your hands, making sure your fingers are bright and active. Really pressing. And dropping the head, and very lastly, working towards straight legs. Inhale, bend the knees a whole bunch. Look forward. Walk, step, jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway, look up. This might be handy for a block here. I haven't grabbed them yet. I will here in a second. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. One more time like that. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway, look up, maybe on a block. Exhale, step back to plank. Take a breath at the top. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Baby cobra, no arms. Exhale, press back into downward dog. Hips lifting really high, knees bent. Breathing in and out. Deep breath in, filling the belly. And exhale. Bend your knees a whole bunch. Step, walk, float to the front. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way to the top. Exhale, fold. We'll go into our second sun salutation. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale into plank. Take a breath at the top. Really ground down through your hands, lift through your belly. And exhale, lower all the way down, shoulders lifting. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, press up to upward facing dog. And now upward facing dog, everything comes off, pressing down through the hands, shoulders rolling back, knees lifted. And then exhale. Maybe you roll over your toes. And downward dog. Breathing in and out. Make sure that little bend in the knees. Look between your hands and make sure they're nice and bright and active. And then inhale, raise your right leg to the sky. Spread the toes. Take a breath in and out. Now on the inhale, we're going to bring that foot forward between our hands. We're going to lift high on the back toes. Lift to the belly. And you might want blocks here to help. But otherwise, we're going to drop that back foot at a 45 and prepare for warrior one. And torso's squaring forward. And I'm looking here that my knee's not going past my foot. And that I can also see my big toes, thighs rolling out, as well as my back glute is engaged. Lift the arms, inhale, exhale, lower all the way through a chaturanga, plank, or dog. And exhale, downward dog. And always feel like if that is too much, just go straight to downward dog. Or rest in child's pose when you need to. With that left leg high into the sky. Lift on that right ball of the foot. So you have space to bring that leg through. But always feel free to walk. You just get it up there. Get it up there however you can. Takes time, but it'll give you the general idea. So, and you can always just practice staying here. But otherwise, we're gonna drop this back foot. The toes are gonna point at a 45, and bring my torso around so that it's squaring over my hips here. Breathe in and out. Raise your arms overhead. Thighs rolling open. I can see my big toe. All right. Exhale. Come through a chaturanga if you'd like, or straight to downward dog. Breathe into the back of the heart. Lift those hips high. Exhale. Just take several breaths here. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees, lift and walk, float to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, micro bend in the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to standing. Last round of that sun salutation. Exhale all the way over. Inhale halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. Take a breath at the top. Prepare the shoulders. Exhale. Elbows hug in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Spread those toes. Exhale, lift and come through, bringing your foot between your hands. Pivot that back foot, 45. And then inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands on the outside of your foot. Bring it back, plank, or you can just go straight back to downward dog. Exhale, upward dog. And inhale, then exhale, downward dog. Oh, breathe in and out. Lift on the inhale your left leg. Bring it through between your hands. Pivot your right back foot to 45. Inhale, warrior one on the left side for the second time and last time. Thigh rolling open, big toe. All right. Exhale, come down. Inhale, plank. Now either go back to downward dog here, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Two more rounds of breath. And maybe drop your knees for a second here. And let's grab our blocks so that we can try this. If you don't have blocks, just do normal downward dog. That's fine. But come into downward dog. Really gripping the block here. And I'm going on kind of this higher setting. So see how that feels different in your body. We're gonna raise our right leg high, fingers, toes bright. And then now when we inhale to bring that right foot forward between the hands, we have all this extra space. Drop that back foot. And then we're gonna inhale into warrior two here. Breathing in, thigh rolling open, because I want to be able to see this big toe. I don't really want this knee jutting out. So as we're here though, shoulders rolling back, looking, see what it feels like to shift your torso around some, and see if you can find a place of balance. And with the legs, inhale, this slight drawing in and up, pulling together. And exhale, pushing away. We're going to do a reverse warrior. My left hand's going to come down my back thigh, or maybe you want to bring it around and bind on your right thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, let's bring our elbow to our thigh. And inhale, Bring this left arm, really reach it. Feel a nice extension from your side of your left foot all the way through the side and out. Breathing in and out. All right, go ahead and look down the front edge of your mat here, and we're going to prepare for a half moon pose. So I have this block right here, and I can use that. Kind of bring the back foot in some. May need to come out a little bit more, so under the shoulder here. Press down. Those back toes are active. A little micro bend in that main leg here. And then open. Breathe. And then exhale, step back into warrior two. I'm gonna pivot my right toes so my left and right toes are facing the long edge of my mat. Maybe grab my blocks here. Hands under shoulders, some length, and I'm doing this, I'm really pressing down and pulling myself forward to get length in my spine here. Chin lifts, and then exhale, fold. Breathing in and out. Inhale, a little bend in the knees, come all the way up. Now we're going to point our left toes to the back of the mat. And inhale into warrior two. Breathe in, maybe lift a little through the center and expand on the exhale. Shoulders rolling up and down. Maybe bring your right arm around to bind that left thigh, or just reach down that back leg, up and over, reverse warrior. Breathe in and exhale. So then bring this left arm down. Maybe reach for your block, get that prepared. Scooch your back toes in, and then either cup the, you can let go of this hand, cup the block or the floor, and then roll your heart open. Maybe lift your arm to the sky. Make sure your toes are bright. And then exhale, come back into warrior two. Pivot the left toe, so now they're facing the long edge of the mat. And gonna put a little, so you might want you might want both blocks here. So then here's where my wrists are under my shoulders, hands under shoulders, gripping the block. Immediately turn the toes out slightly and shift side to side. Really get into those hips. Or if you know you're more flexible, you can come all the way down into Skandasana and shift as well. And exhale. So this is very active. Pulling into me, you want your legs active. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, back to center. I'm gonna turn both the toes now back to the front of the mat. Hands are around that front foot. Back to plank. Lower all the way down. Forearms and shoulders. Let's get some length here. Breathe in and out. Maybe roll your neck here. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders. Let's press back on all fours. Spread the knees as wide as the mat. Lower. Let's take a moment in child's pose with the forehead resting on the earth. Come on to all fours. And then you're going to press back into downward dog. Knees bent, hips sending them up super high. Let's raise that right leg to the sky. Inhale, lift. If you want those blocks here to make this lift easier. Otherwise, bring that right foot between your hands. Breathing in. Now we're in a high lunge here. You can also have blocks here on either side if that will make this more accessible to you. Otherwise, I'm going to drop this left hand and roll my heart open and raise my right hand to the sky and breathe into this twist. Trying to stay steady in my lower body, keeping it the same. Lower that right hand, drop the back knee. I'm gonna inhale to low lunge, Anjaneyasana now. Lift. Maybe lean back, a little back bend. And then exhale, come forward between your hands. All right, so lift that back knee off the earth. So you're on your back toes. Now shift that back foot so the side is facing the short edge of the mat, like in warrior 2 feet. And then turn the right foot. So now both toes are facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And here is always a good place too for these blocks. Inhale, lift. And now we're gonna pivot over the back leg, do the other side. And you can take blocks with you to help. So now we're in this high lunge on the second side, your left side. And have your hands low, blocks, heart. Root down through your right hand. Really press down. And inhale, roll your heart open, raising the left arm to the sky. Breathing. And then drop that hand, foot. Let's practice our pivoting back now. High lunge, toes point to the long edge, and then come back around. All right, thank you all. Inhale, lift up. So it's like this through the center. And then exhale, expand. Inhale, lift. Exhale, expand. All right. Come on down. Let's take child's pose again. Knees as wide as the mat. Or, if you like this, you can come down onto the tops of your thighs too. Let's just take a moment here, breathing deeply, calming back down after all that hard work. These are the moments that tone your nervous system. Go at it and do all this strength and then come down and relax completely. This is really one of the most important parts. All right, inhale. Come on up onto all fours. Okay. Really press down. A little bend in the elbows. Make sure your hands are bright and active. Claw at the earth if you'd like. And then let's look our toes curl under. And then they're very bright and active too. And then from here, we have all this engagement, strong, steady in the arms. Let's do a couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, collarbones forward, head lifts, tailbone points to the sky. And then exhale, cat, arching. Move with your breath here. It's going to be different for everybody. Just try to focus on having really smooth movements that match your breath. Come back to a neutral spine, and then I'm gonna come down to heroes. So you may need a block to sit on. Keep your hips higher, or as you lower, your hips will come between your calves here. You want these knees to stay touching, and then you want your toes flicking, bright and active. All right, and from here, inhale, raise our arms up to the sky and pick one arm or the other. So I'm picking my right hand to fall to the middle of my back here. And I'm kind of lightly pressing down with this elbow. I'm going to get a little extra. I'm going to reach around, reach for that hand, and grasp. And so you may need a strap here, and that would look, and you would just slowly work your way up. Or you could use your clothing. I'll show you on the other side. I'm tighter there. But here, you kind of want your head to press back. You want your ribs jutting out a whole bunch, so try to draw them in and stay lifted. And go ahead and release very gently. Raise your arms and then inhale overhead. Press your palms together and help release your shoulders. And we'll do the opposite side. So now I'm bringing my left hand, kind of helping draw it down to the middle of my back here, and then I'm going to reach around with my right and look for my hand here. And then I might just, not even reach it at all, and that's okay. I'm getting the stretch. But here's nice when if you have something to hang on, because you could really, you get kind of a better opening. Breathe in, draw your ribs in, head back. Toes flicking into the ground. And then exhale, release. And very gently inhale, raise your arms overhead, press the palms together, and release. Okay, so we're gonna very gently come out. Maybe just shift the hips off to one side. Reach out, up and over. Breathe into your belly. And exhale. And now come all the way back up. Let's shift our hips to the other side. Reach out. Inhale, up and over. You see, make sure to drop this shoulder back as well. All right, and now come on up. And now let's bring our legs around and in front of us. Really flex your feet, toes bright, active. I just did a video on hands and feet. It's fun, so just try to bring that into all my practices. All right, let's shift side to side so that we feel like we're sitting evenly. Lift up. We lift everything up. Oh, all right. And then that's that motion. Okay, so if you don't have the blocks and your hands are gonna come maybe not right next to your booty here, but a little bit more forward. And it's kind of this action as you lean forward and lift off. So beautiful. All right, let's bend our knees and bring our upper body to touch our thighs. Bring our hands to our feet. Chin lifted. And then from here, you can straighten the legs as much as you can keep the torso touching the thighs. And then that will keep a nice supported place for your lower back. And then if you'd like to round and drop the head for a forward fold, now's a good time. Taking deep breaths into the back of the heart. And then inhale, core engage, lift up, and we're going to settle onto our backs. And just settle in, shift around. Find a nice place, and then we'll prepare for a bridge pose. So you can have your hands on gripping the outer edges of your mat, shoulders rolling under, pressing down through the feet, lifting up. Continue to roll the shoulders under when it feels accessible. Maybe you clasp the hands, really press down through the feet, the back of the head. And then exhale, release. Bring your knees in. Roll around if that feels nice. We're going to do a figure 4 here. So I'm going to bring my left foot over my right knee. And now when I look, see a little 4. And there's a hole. Reach my hand through the hole and around to grasp. Make sure your feet are active. Breathe into that hip. Go ahead and release. And now you're going to bring the other leg over. Make your 4. Reach your right hand through the hole. And reach around with your left hand to grasp. Feet are active. That will help protect your knees. Sending breath into that outer hip. Breathe your sensation away. Drop the foot, come back. Spring our feet as wide as the mat. Make sure you feel even. Always take time to adjust if you feel kinked or off. It's not worth it to be uncomfortable. All right. Drop the knees off to one side. Just kind of let them hang there. Breathe in to the belly and out. And bringing them back up. And we're going to fall to the other side. Inhale back to center. Cross my right leg over my left and let my hips, knees fall for the supine twist. And look out over my right shoulder. My right hand's in a cactus position. Knees are falling off to the left. Breathing into that deep twist in the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Unwind. And we'll do the other side. I'm crossing my left leg over my right, shifting to the left a tad and letting the knees fall to the right. And if you have space, you can extend. Or you can have your hand in cactus. You can have your right hand on your thigh. And it's just resting there. Inhale, come on out. We'll do it. Lean the knees in, grab the outside edges of your feet, and then come up, bring them up, and draw the knees down to the outsides of your torso for happy baby, or dead bug, which is kind of morbid, but kind of hilarious. I roll around, but you don't have to. Just relaxing here, preparing for a final pose. Bring the knees into the chest. Lift up, hug everything in tight, squeeze. Hold your breath. And when you can't hold it anymore, release. Let everything go. The hands and the feet fall out. Take time to get comfy in this Shavasana, final resting pose. Maybe you need something under your knees. Maybe you just want them in knock-kneed. Or maybe you prefer to sit. However, get very comfy. And I will be here to guide you out in a few minutes. And in the meantime, just focus on letting it all go, feeling heavy, relaxed, and rejuvenated. I'll let you know in a few moments. Begin to bring small movement back into your body. Roll to one side or the other. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, use your arms to push yourself back up to a seated position. Thank you all for practicing with me. Namaste.